Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
Hey, what is happening? It is Smooth Tim and Larry E, and welcome to another hump day on Tim's Tidbits. What's happening, Larry? How you doing?
Not much, man. Out of town, kind of enjoying my hotel.
The deluxe accommodations that they provided for you?
Man, hey, when you see a mattress in your hallway, you know you done messed up.
That's not the Hilton.
No, I had to move the mattress to come into my room.
They had a.
Yeah. Ooh, boy, I tell you, okay.
Yeah, well, just don't.
I didn't pay for it, so I ain't tripping that much.
Yeah, as long as it's comped.
This is conned. It's past comped.
More of a con job than a comp
I
job.
got conned, yeah. The reviews, okay. Well, let's move on because
You know, don't even mention the chain. We won't disgrace it by telling them how bad that they left you, what condition they got you in. That ain't even right. Anyhow, hey man, let's move on to today. Let's talk about a little bit a weaker speaker. Biden is mishandling some documents. You may have heard about that.
oh shit.
Hey, shit happens. Bye gas stoves. We'll get into that. Kosar gets canned by the Browns. And Santos gets served paper. So we got quite a bit to talk about tonight. And anyhow, talk about a weaker speaker. That would be Mr. Kevin McCarthy. Finally got elected Speaker of the House after 15 rounds of voting. I don't know if you watched that marathon bull crap. That was insane.
No, I didn't watch that.
But yeah, it was interesting because that Freedom Caucus, and there's a couple members of the Freedom Caucus happen to be, our assholes of the week. So, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and those type of people. So anyhow, those are the people that were stalemating the vote for speaker. And anyhow, let's get into a little bit about the speaker election and some conversation about it.
Congratulations and Godspeed.
It was a moment more than making. 15 roll call votes, 25 hours on the House floor, and heated arguments that nearly got physical. In the end, the question so many are asking is what deals were made for Kevin McCarthy to be Speaker of the House.
I'm glad that it's over and we can move forward.
South Carolina Republican Nancy Mace, for one, is concerned over new power the hardline conservative Freedom Caucus, which held out on voting for McCarthy, now has over the new speaker.
What I saw last week was a small faction of the 20 who are acting just like the old Nancy, trying to cut backroom deals in private and secret without anyone knowing what else was going on. So my question really is today is what backroom deals were cut? Did they try to cut? And did they get those?
What we do know of the concessions is that the ability for just one member of Congress to force a vote on the removal of the Speaker is back. McCarthy is also promising to prioritize bills that limit spending, which could force a showdown on budgets and the debt ceiling. Also, any bill coming to a vote must be posted at least 72 hours in advance to allow members to review it. And the biggest concession in some eyes, allowing more hardline conservatives onto key committees, including the powerful Rules Committee that controls nearly everything else on what Congress can do.
Wow. Yeah, he gave up a whole lot of power so that he could become the Speaker of the House. I can't believe that one thing about if one person wants to call for a re-election of the Speaker because I don't like the way you're doing things. I don't think you're leading us properly. So then it goes into all that chaos all over again. And that's all because of those, that little caucus, that little Freedom Caucus. It just decided to, flex their muscles. And apparently, it was enough that he had to, make some concessions with them.
Well, where's Biden during all these processions? What is his control in this? What is he?
Absolutely nothing. None whatsoever.
Nothing. He's the president. He's just like, okay, whatever. Do what y'all do. Then I deal with the consequences later.
Separate. There's 3 branches, right? And
so which one is this?
That's part of your legislative branch.
Yeah, but still, he still has something to do with all 3 branches because he's the president.
But he can't.
And that's the most important branch.
Yeah, he can't
the branch
control.
that writes the laws.
The only time that really happens, that there's any type of influence, and I think that's where if there's a result of this, like with the presidential election, where the vice president can cast a deciding vote if there's like a tie.
Man,
but no, they don't have any type. But why would they? You wouldn't want the president to have, influence over the House or the Senate or vice versa. Either way, no, those should be 3 entirely separate branches of government working at cohesion. They just don't.
No, it's dumb. They did that on purpose. It's done purposely. That's what I can say about these politicians. They plan this stuff out ahead of time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it ain't just no random stuff. They thought that a long time ago. If we do have a president, how can we avoid our president being in a dictatorship? So let's create 3 different branches where there's separate powers in the House, the Senate, and then you get the voters in, which voters don't really count because you start bringing in all the lobbyists and all the people with the real money that's putting people in office. But they set that up a long time ago. It's such a scam, man.
It's
but it's smart.
It's smart to be set up like that because you really don't want a dictatorship. You want representation of the people, and some unfortunately as you say, sometimes
because the country is a business. Let's be honest about it. The United States is a business. The NFL is a business. All these large organizations are businesses. The last thing you want to do is have one person. You might have a CEO or CPO, whatever you have, to be the spokesman, but you still have shareholders. So
stakeholders. Instead of calling them shareholders, they're stakeholders. They've got a stake in why you're
exactly. There. So even with these guys that are billionaires, they still have a branch. They still have not a branch. They have a group of people that invest money into their company. They have meetings. And they say, okay, yes, no, yes, no. A lot of people don't know that. They always see the top person. Like the Elon Musk or whatever, these guys, they see him, but they don't know that this guy has a board. And that board can get him out of there if they have to.
Right. And, and all these people are funded. And I think what's going to be interesting is when we move down to topic 5, we're going to get into how that influence happens in government. And,
the country is business, man. It makes sense. It was business back then. It's business right now. So you got to do what you got to do. Makes sense.
Anyhow, let's move on. And apparently, Mr. Biden had some documents found in one of his offices that he had apparently occupied while he was vice president, and some of them are like classified documents. Excuse me, rather. And anyhow, he claims, I don't know, but at least he's cooperating and turning them over. But hey, check it out, and let's get into this conversation.
Trump set him up.
It could be. Who knows?
People know I take classified documents and classified information seriously. When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, secure office in the Capitol. The 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box in a locked cabinet, or at least a closet. And as soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately call the archives, turn them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office. But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will finish soon, and we'll be that time.
All righty then.
So he don't even know what the documents are.
He's not 100%, and he doesn't. And his lawyers are saying, "Don't ask." Probably remain stupid. But the point being, I mean, he was when all that happened with Trump and Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, how many other hundreds of documents he had down there? He got on TV saying, "I don't know how anybody could be, inept at keeping track of, secure documents." It's like, man, well, now you're eating your words, and they're going to throw that back in your face big time. And that's what they're doing. And now you've got this, as we spoke earlier, you've got this new Senate, right? They're going to be calling for an inquiry on this. They are.
Man.
So it's going to be another big. It's going to be another big setup, a big game, a big TV show.
As hell. No, that's why nobody respects. That's why everybody comes to America and they get what they're gonna take out of America, and then they sit up their separate shit.
Part of it is the soap opera that we are.
Yeah, no one really wants to be part of this drama because it's so elementary, it's so trivial, it's so sad and so simple and so small. We're supposed to be a mecca country. We're not a first world. We're supposed to be one of those top of the line going to space countries, and we always got this drama.
This petty shit.
Yes, Days of Our Lives type shit.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, one of their first agendas, I've seen this earlier on the news, is they're talking. They're wanting to do it. They're wanting to go after Hunter still. Let's look at Hunter's tax returns and let's start.
It's grown ass men.
I mean,
grown ass men.
There's so many other things, and it's not. And I'm not going to validate that he's right, he's wrong, he's guilty. I don't. There's bigger fish to fry.
Well, how the saying goes is, if your shit stink, how they say, don't cast the first stone if your shit is mixed up. Whatever the saying, it's a bunch of sayings that go like, don't point the finger when three pointing back at you. Remember that?
Right? Yeah. How many fingers you got pointing back at you? You're right.
Yeah, and if your shit don't stink, don't be talking about nobody else all that crap. I'm like, come on, Biden.
I said, and he got up there and talked that smack about, how could somebody mishandle documents? Well,
you know what? And that's what they do. Politicians are they have minions. They're digging behind the scenes to dig up dirt. Oh. It's only been like a couple of presidents. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. The older presidents, they didn't have a lot of dirt on those. They didn't have no dirt on President Barack Obama. They didn't have no dirt on President Lyndon Johnson. But it seems that nowadays, it's like you got dirt, and then you got to just. Well, it's like, and they're gonna find it.
Well, even in any sport, don't you always attack the opposing team's weakest point?
Exactly.
Well, there you go. I mean, so you find the weak point, and that's where you attack.
Yeah. And you know what? In reality, in life itself, if you want to destroy somebody, create a paper trail.
Yeah, that too.
Give it evidence. You need evidence. You need the paper trail evidence. Paper trails, phone records, all that kind of crap. Text, documents, emails, all that stuff. Paper trail. Once you get that in line, you're screwed. So, rule of thumb.
Some of these.
If you're gonna be in position of power, don't text anybody. Don't email anybody with no crap. Don't you write anything, type anything. If you're gonna do anything, you can't even talk to them because they might be recording it.
But don't you believe that in the basics of where you were coming from with that conversation, some of these kids nowadays that are on the social media, some of the stuff they're posting, some of the stuff they're putting out, that's going to come back, some of that negative content.
It always comes back. And they got people that find that stuff. They got people that find that dirt. I've seen some movies. I don't have anybody personally, but I know women. Women will find your dirt. Okay, women will find it, and they're not even specialists. If a typical female can find your dirt, guys, we can't find dirt. We oblivious. The dirt could be right here, Tim. We still don't see it. The dirt could be over there, and women can find it. This how dumb we are.
Well, think about it. Yeah,
they got professionals that's gonna find that dirt, so you can't do nothing.
Look at what they pulled out on that one guy that was going for a judge, right? Where he was like, yeah, shoving beer in his butt, just all kinds of crazy.
Even the guy last week we talked about had the fake diploma and all that crap. He messed around and made it, and then they say you ain't got no damn degree. You ain't even from here. All kind of crap. But he's an alien. So
he's coming up. Yeah, he's coming up. We're gonna talk about that big dummy. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this stuff is going to come back and haunt your ass. So if you
politics, man.
If you don't want it out there, it just
don't
like
get into politics. If you don't want it out there, stay away from politics because they're gonna find that dirt.
I believe you are 100% correct.
You do better by having a felony or arrest record because that's better than you can say, hey, that some shit happens.
I guess
sticking a can up your ass don't look good when you're trying to be a president.
You could, what did they call him? What was it? Biff and beers or something like that?
Biff and butt beers.
Well, we was in college, so hey.
No. Okay, it doesn't matter. You don't stick.
He was still biffing beers up your ass. Hey, let's move on, man, and let's move on from ass to gas. All right, and check us out.
Gas stoves may be a thing of the past. A report says the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is considering banning them. That's because of concerns over indoor pollutants caused by natural gas burning that can cause respiratory and health issues. About 35% of U.S. homes do use gas stoves that release those pollutants deemed unsafe. One provision of the Inflation Reduction Act is helping homes transition from gas to electric.
Did you hear that? You going on to mute.
Okay, all right, go ahead. My allergies. Okay, I learned that from you to mute it so you won't hear me sniffing in the background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be learning. Listen, man, come on, bro. Out of all these years, we grew up on gas stoves.
Now they're saying it. Now they're wait a minute.
You see that? Out of all these years, now it's a pollutant.
Now it's a pollutant.
All these people that done died and passed away and used gas, these grandmamas and cooked all these Thanksgiving meals and Christmas meals. No, we can't use gas no more. We don't get come on, man. What are they? They worried about the wrong shit, Tim.
I know what you're talking about. Hi, Queen. Thank you for that. Hey, Queen says we're looking good and sounding good. Anyhow, You know what I think it is? I think it's the electric companies attacking the gas companies. I think it's a big conspiracy. Maybe there is no pollutants. Maybe it's clean burning.
It's money involved. Somebody's not making no money, Tim. Somebody's losing money.
Somebody will lose money. I mean, if the gas, seriously, that's crazy.
Somebody is losing. It's somebody. Think about it. Clean air, clean fuel, using natural elements other than gas, and we need gas, but still.
They gotta
think about it.
It transitioned to all electric, and then what are you going to do to the grid?
Yeah, I'm like something is going on between the gas company and someone else, whether it's electric company. Something's going on
for them to come up with that crap.
Somebody caught wind of it, and then they brought it out. They don't know all the information though, because they don't give us everything.
Well, they probably think about it. If you was my competitor, maybe I would have them do a study to see if Larry's gas company is killing people by polluting the air, because I know my electric company's not.
So people gonna stop using gas and going electric. It makes sense. Yeah.
But then again, if you sit there generate electricity, because we heard the other president tell us that those wind turbines can cause brain cancer. No.
You know what?
What?
I'm just saying, Tim. But we deal with. I learned this. Someone told me this. It's one of the smartest things somebody ever told me. Like I was talking to some lady, and she was saying that I said I don't really want to bring no more kids to this world because this world is so messed up. She said, no, you shouldn't do that and say that, because We have to deal with what we deal with in our lifetime, and they should have the right and deal with what they deal with in their lifetime. You should not deprive your children of what they got to deal with. It is what it is. Okay. So we got to deal with our issues. They got to deal with their issues. Now we can conserve gas all we want, conserve electricity all they want. But if it's gonna create brain damage to them, it's gonna create brain damage for them and for us. They got to decide if gas is gonna kill us or them. They have to decide. So we can't just say no more gas, no electricity. For what reason? Because it creates brain damage. It's going to kill our kids. There's a lot of things going to kill our kids. What about a stray bullet? What about eating food? What about just walking to school? What about breathing? What about the pollution? What about all this other? What about a tornado? What about a flood? Well, we're gonna focus on gas and electricity. Come on, it's like it's a bunch of bull crap. We have to go ahead and just let life be life. It is what it is.
Oh, that's 100.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Because we can say brain damage and all this other crap they saying, but who knows? Look how long what have you lasted through, Tim? What up?
I've lasted through lead paint, asbestos installation. Wait.
Right? Oh, and you still here. I'm still here. I went through drinking water out the water hose outside, lead pipes, Ebola, Corona, chicken pox, racism. Racism got better. And then I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, life is life. You got to just keep on trucking and just hope the best for everybody. But this is what they do to scare us. They scare us of make money from us, or they scare us of prevent us from paying somebody else because it's business.
Oh, you know, it's always something that they're discovering is killing us, you know.
And we still here.
You know.
Remember the 1999 when everything was supposed to shut down?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The big meltdown. Yeah, what was that? The Y2K virus or something?
Yeah, I heard that Y2K shit. Fuck it. It is what it is. Let's move on and live our lives. It is what it is.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah,
remember that shit was pathetic. People quitting their job, cussing their bosses out, selling their houses, traveling across the world and traveling and doing all these savings. And then the next day, god damn, nothing happened.
I remember that was when I was in charge of a communications center. I had all kinds of backup computers everywhere, and then just waiting for the stroke of midnight and nothing happens. It's like,
and it was fucking stupid. It was just
there was a big waste of time and money. But anyhow, man.
Yeah, dumbest thing I heard in my life. It keep getting dumber though.
Oh, we have the ability to keep getting dumber.
I'm not even surprised. I'm desensitized by human beings.
By dumbness. I'm desensitized to dumbness.
And it's funny and it's tragic. Okay.
What you gotta do, man? What are you gonna do? Anyhow, I'll tell you what you can't do. And Bernie Kosar found out.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, today, the Cleveland Browns have cut ties with Bernie Kosar, who has worked on the team's radio shows, all over a $19,000 bet that he had placed on the Browns to beat the Steelers today. Kosar tweeted, "I was informed by the Browns that my services are no longer desired or needed. I will not be doing today's radio program. I am shocked and disappointed. Brown and orange is my life." NFL personnel and players are banned from betting on football, even though the money would have been going to charity. Sports betting in Ohio became legal on the 1st of the year.
Bummers for Bernie.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, I understand. Okay, but the rules are the rules. Okay, but now charity. What charity is it going to? A charity he can tap into and use himself?
I have no idea. Now
I don't trust charities.
Yeah, because who was that just got their ass in a jam over that? Oh, the quarterback from Green Bay. Favre?
Favre, yeah. You can create a charity for yourself. I'm like, charity is a bull crap. I'm like, I don't care what anybody say.
So
look what happened to when they had the FEMA thing. All that money that went to the charity.
Or Black Lives Matter. Now they're showing these people living in freaking mansions. Same, people can misuse charity money.
Charities are a scam. Charities fraud. So I can understand that. So, and Bernie knows better. He didn't learn from the Pete. What was that guy? Pete
Rose.
Pete Rose did it. You don't bet. You don't. Hey, it was a basketball special I saw on Netflix. I forgot a black basket. It was a whole thing on Netflix about people betting on sports. It was a black basketball player, young dude. He's supposed to play for the pros. Would have been incredible. He got busted betting on basketball games, rigging games. You can't do it. The crazy part about it is you can bet in Vegas legally, but you can't bet in Cleveland. So what's the difference? A bet is a bet because you can legally bet on sports.
Right. And I understand. Let's get into that topic because I have some, I feel both ways on that. Number one, I think that, how do you divide the people that can influence the game from the people who can't really influence the game? I.e., like Bernie was a sports announcer, announcing the team for the local radio or whatever, okay, or television. I ask you, what influence does he have on anything that's happening on the field?
None, because at the end of the listen.
Okay, now while he was playing quarterback, let's say he was a quarterback and betting on the game.
He should have got banned from the league.
Now you can influence the game, correct?
He should have got Pete Rose. Yeah.
But Pete Rose never bet on baseball.
He never bet on this team.
Never.
So then, what was the problem with Pete Rose betting then?
Maybe they figured that they didn't want him getting in with bookies, or I don't know.
They had a problem with Michael Jordan gambling. I'm like, who cares? It's not the money from the league. See, that's where it's kind of.
That's what I'm asking you. Where do you draw the line, Larry?
No, you can't draw the line because it doesn't matter. If you have direct contact with your sport, if you have direct contract over the control over a game, yes, but you can't sports announce a win because you're actually announcing the game as it goes on. Am I right as an announcer?
Correct.
You can't sit there and just like say
influence the game. How are you going to do it?
That's just some petty shit.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of petty. And now Pete's banned for life out of the Baseball Hall of Fame. And he never, as I said, you can look it up. I'm telling gospel, he never bet on baseball.
Yeah, I think Pete and Bernie did some other stuff that people are not talking about. There had to be some deeper stuff than that.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah,
because I mean, now you're putting morals. I mean,
I've seen some games where some players did some bullshit, where it had to be some mob ties or some kind of inside where they could have got gain from it. So I've seen some stuff. But they had to do something deeper. When I see somebody get banned like that or get actually just alienated like that from a sport that they contributed to so much and gave so much to and helped so much, because Bernie Kosar is a well-known person. Pete Rose is too. We talk about baseball and football, those names come up. No matter whoever played the game, those names will come up.
Yeah, you'll know who they are.
They did some extra shit, man. They did some Kanye West Trump type shit. They had to do stuff like that.
But what was this that you were talking about? And I had heard briefly a little bit with MJ.
Well, when Michael Jordan liked to gamble. He liked to go to Vegas and gamble. He'll gamble hundreds and thousands of dollars. And then at one time in the league, they were like, Michael Jordan shouldn't be gambling because, he's always been the face of basketball since he got into basketball. It's always been Michael Jordan and everybody else, period. Anybody before Michael Jordan, they all right. Anybody after Michael Jordan, they all right. It's Michael Jordan is the standard. But he likes to gamble. And he'll go to Vegas and gamble. Then they were saying that he's gambling this and gambling that. Then they said his father got killed because he was in a bad gambling debt and he had to pay it off or some shit like that. So he was under scrutiny from the league because of gambling. He actually had an interview. That was part of his Netflix series. It was part of his Netflix series, The Last Dance. It was on there. And they actually scrutinized him because of gambling. He was just going to the casinos, It wasn't even a game. He was just like going to the casino with a cigar, with a beer or a drink, and gambling like any typical person would do. And they were saying he shouldn't do that
because he's the image.
Because he's Michael Jordan.
Man, you're the image of the NBA, so that's not the image we want to project.
Yeah, and then think about it too, man. And it's like it's been a trickle down. Michael Jordan had an issue. They got Bernie now. They got Pete Rose. I'm like, you can do you can choke a female, beat a female up. Slap the shit out of a kid, smoke some crack, wreck a car, run over a couple of people. We can do all kinds of shit in the NFL, NLL, and NBA or whatever.
Just don't gamble.
Goddamn gamble. You better not fucking gamble. God damn it. You make $1 bet. I bet my son to hit that ball at a damn T-ball. Your ass is grass. It's gonna be all over the internet.
Yep, that's a good damn point.
I done seen them get away with murder, but you better not fucking gamble.
You know, yeah, you think about it. Yeah. Then there's a lot of stuff. It's amazing because and a lot of stuff stays local, and they try not to let it out. I remember all the stuff with Dak and Zeke and all that shit that's going.
Yeah.
It never really goes outside of Dallas.
No, Brett Favre embezzled all that money. They ain't said shit. And I'm like, NFL players and NBA players or NHL players or hockey play beating up on their girlfriends or all kinds of shit. They ain't saying shit. That shit go away.
They're too busy looking for Hunter's laptop.
Yeah, exactly. Dumb shit. Just don't. All I'm saying, anybody watching a show that plays professional sports, don't gamble. Smoke crack, drink a bunch of alcohol.
We've given them some great tips.
Holes,
and
just don't damn gamble.
And don't leave shit on social media.
Yeah. Don't do social media. Michael Irvin was smoking crack at church while he was preaching.
No, he wasn't.
He was at church preaching. God said,
hit the pipe.
Hit the pipe. God dang it, man. But if he'd have gambled, over.
Done.
If he'd have said, I bet Deacon Jones fall asleep when Reverend Jackson started speaking, if he'd have said that, he'd have been out of there.
Well, we can get you in rehab, but, the gambling.
Yeah. Don't gamble.
Oh, man. Hey, let's move on. You brought him up earlier, Mr. Santos. And what the heck is going on with his ass?
We have a complaint for you. Mr. Santos's conduct, both as it relates to his outright lies about his biography, about his employment, about his entire person, his being, his religion, all of that reflects on every one of us in Congress. And what we are asking the Ethics Committee to investigate is very specifically his financial disclosures, which are highly suspicious and seemingly miraculous if they are to be believed. And so that we're not asking the House of Ethics Committee to investigate all of the long list of lies that he told on the campaign trail about himself. We're very specifically asking the Ethics Committee to uphold the office, the act that requires members of Congress to file accurate, timely financial disclosure.
Bam.
That's some bullshit, Tim. Financial disclosures.
Well, we talked about that. Remember, he went from what was it, like $70,000 a year to $1 million or some shit. We talked about that a couple of.
They don't want to be associated with a broke motherfucker. That's all it is. Broke people do not belong in Congress. They don't want nobody coming in Congress that's broke, that's getting rich off Congress. They want rich people to stay there, be there, stay there, and continue to get richer.
Well, this guy's a trip. He said he worked for Goldman Sachs. He was some type of financial whiz and never worked there. He said he worked at some other big financial place and he didn't have the position that he held. Said that he graduated from some university and with at the top 1% of his class, and he never did graduate. Said he's a Jew, but he's not really a Jew. He's just Jewish.
They said, forget you being Jewish, forget you not going to college, forget you not working at these places. Where your money at? Oh. What money do you bring to the table? That's what they're worried about.
Or what vote? Now wait a minute. Because they asked the newly elected speaker, the weaker speaker, McCarthy, what he thought about it. Well, everybody's in America is innocent until proven guilty, and he will remain in Congress, and he will be appointed to committees until, the voters say otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because he's in your pocket, so.
Yeah, he's been exposed though. I'm like, at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is if it really hits the fan, that guy that has him in his pocket, the other guy you talked about, is gonna get rid of him. It's gonna drop him. If he starts being a liability, he's in liability right now.
He is
They
kind of a
just
liability. Yeah. If I think
they're investigating them. So when you investigate, that's like we finna start looking at. They not looking into it. Investigation means like, okay, we might want to check this guy out.
and your
They not doing the
associates,
full
and I'd rather
investigation.
not associate with you while you're being investigated.
Yeah, it's a scam, man. All those politicians lie. Who doesn't lie on their resume?
Hmm.
If I guarantee you, we could if anybody out there is listening, and then someone knows someone that's good when it comes to numbers or statistics, I swear to God, at least more than 50% of people rely on their resume. More than 50%.
I would think a lot of people embellish their resume. You know, they may, like, you could be an environmental specialist for this organization, and what did you really do? You was custodian.
Yeah, well, you can change words, but
You know what I mean?
Say for example, this is what I learned about resumes. And if any of y'all listen, check this out. This is game, and I should be charging y'all for this. All you got to do is put numbers. Managers and people look for numbers. If I say that when I worked for this company, which I did work for a company, I worked for loss prevention. So when I started working for this department, I say the theft went down 5%. Did it go down 5%? No. Can you prove it? No. But 5% is a good number. Or safety awareness. I work for the safety department. Safety awareness went up 15%. Did it go up 50%? No. Can you prove it? No. But it sounds like a good number. And they're gonna like, oh, if I make sure that I recovered about $15,000 in stolen merchandise. Did I? No. Could have been $3,000, but $15,000 is a good strong number. They're gonna see numbers. People look at numbers. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they're saying financial stability. They look at numbers. What your numbers look like, percentages, numbers, and stuff like that. The real smart managers will look at numbers.
I did. I always looked at numbers when I was hiring people,
Yeah,
and
numbers
the
count.
the number that counted to me was really, how long did you stay at a particular job, and what kind of progression did you make at that place, if any? Because
Yeah,
that's going to let me know, do I even want to invest in this individual?
yeah, exactly.
If they're there for 6 months and leave, a year and leave, or a year and a half and leave, and it's like, why it takes me at least 3 years to really properly train somebody. Yes.
Yeah, that's true though. But the thing about it is, you got to look at, and I'm saying this on my behalf. You got to look at, say that you come into a position, and then you were told it was a certain position. You took the position thinking it was a certain position, but it wasn't, and then you were getting lowballed, and then you were being suppressed. I've, it happened to me maybe because I'm a brother. I don't know about everybody else, but I was in positions where I should have had more. I should have been promoted and had more money and been in a high position. But since I was a minority, um, I wasn't given the opportunities that I think I deserve. So I moved on to a better opportunity. So that's my case where I have had instances where I was there. I was at one company for 15 years. They laid me off. And then I was still trying to find my stride again for that same 15 years where I built myself up. But these new companies was not looking at how I built myself up. They're saying, what have you done for me lately? So
Well,
that sucks.
a lot of, and this is difficult to do, but you need to go in there with the conditions also. And some of those conditions is, I expect to be, elevated in my positions and pay and responsibilities within this organization. And you have those kind of things up front and expected. So, you're not disappointed as an employee. I know what your expectations are coming into this position, and you know what my standpoint is, saying, well, we can meet these objectives for you if. Now we have an agreement, and where's the disappointment? There is none. We both have
Well, now companies, Tim, what they do is they're trying to find seat fillers, and they're not going to tell you exactly. They're going to tell you one thing to get you in, and then you're never going to become a seat filler.
But you need to go in also with enough conditions and validity behind who you are and what you can do for them to make those conditions.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Look at the work
though.
experience that you've got, Larry. I've got 15 years. You should be able to walk into a position. I'm not some rookie off the frickin' street. I've done this for 15 years. So if I come and work for you, these are the conditions I'd like to have met. And if you can't meet,
I got like 5 degrees. I got 3 trades and 2 bachelors and associates. So I got, and I actually could have had my master's and been working on my doctorate, but I wanted to start my own business. So I got 3 trades. A lot of guys can't say that. I got a degree in 3 trades and I have other, and I don't put everything in my resume because I don't want to overdo it.
Right. You do not want to do that also, because then this person doesn't have a clue what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm just one of those guys that I'm a jack of all trades. So I don't put everything on my resume. So you got to look at it. It's like, you got to lie sometimes. Like I lie by not putting stuff on there, and then you got to lie by putting stuff on there. But then again,
yep.
you just got to just hope for the best.
You're your best advocate.
Santos,
you're your best cheerleader. That's what, you want the job.
Santos, he kind of, that's when you overdo it. When you.
Yeah, I mean, you can't sit there and say I won a Super Bowl ring and you're just getting out of high school, right? Now, come on.
And he got a Super Bowl ring, but his ring came from the mall kiosk. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even go.
And I don't know.
Did it, bro? Yeah.
Anyhow, hey man, let's move on to one of your favorite parts of the show, Asshole of the Week. And anyhow, we discussed this just a little bit earlier in the show, and that would be, don't post on social media.
If you think you've gotten away from police, maybe you shouldn't post about it on TikTok. One motorcycle driver may have just learned that lesson, according to authorities. In early December, the Georgia State Patrol pursued a motorcycle through 2 counties, but ultimately lost contact with the vehicle. The motorcycle featured in these videos was a Triumph Triple Street RS. The bike was relatively rare for that part of Georgia, with only 1 Triple Street RS registered in the area.
Ooh, bro. Triumph Triple Street RS? That's a very unique. That's like top of the line. I'm like Gixxer 600s. I had a motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
a couple of them. Kawasaki. It's Harley and then Triumphs. That's a sports bike.
Yeah,
dummy.
And then he puts it on TikTok. So I mean, how hard was it? When they say there was 1 in the area, so it's like, yeah, well, we know where to go.
You know what the young dudes be talking about, like bust down, and bust down is like, you get a watch, a Rolex that's like 40, 50,000, or you get a necklace that's like 2 million. That's a bust down necklace, bust down Rolex.
Okay.
That bike is a bust down bike. Or you mess around and go comp you one of those a Range Rover fully loaded 200 Lamborghini. You got a bust down car. That's the bust down a motorcycle. Stupid.
So you said that cycle is the shizzle.
Trump motorcycles, sports bikes, Trump's the top of the line. I'm like, you got BMWs, you got Triumphs, okay, not Trumps, but Triumphs, BMWs, and if people Google it, Triumphs and BMWs are top sports bikes because the performance is incredible.
Apparently that is, yeah.
They win more in the Kawasaki's and Suzuki's. Kawasaki's is like third Suzuki, but they win more motorcycle competition, sports bikes than anybody. Triumphs is number 1 possible, but in Harleys, of course, cruisers. But you don't just, come on, bro.
Post like that. We see how we discuss that. We lead into everything for a purpose, people. Like what you said, we're here to inform, not to influence this.
You got away from the po-po and then post it.
What a dumbass.
Po-po's on everything, baby.
Don't you know? Anyhow, hey man, let me get onto LE, and bam, here you are, bro. How'd that happen? Where are you? There. Larry.
Oh, you got me? Okay. Hey, what's going on? Larry Estelle from LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. Check me out on Instagram, LRE Fitness Solutions, or Estelle Junior Larry. Same thing with Facebook, LRE Solutions, Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving, or Estelle Junior Larry. Hey, like I say, when I do my fitness tips, I don't do a lot of weightlifting tips and stuff like that because weightlifting is weightlifting. All you got to do is watch somebody else do it, 3 reps, the 3 sets, 20 to 15 reps, or whatever you're trying to do, power. It's all about the mind. Okay, when it comes to lifting weights and training and exercising, get your mind right psychologically. I want you to make sure when you go into the gym, before you go into the gym, say to yourself that I want to be in shape because I want to feel better for myself, not because I don't look like him and her and be as big as him or be fit like her. Say you want to do it for yourself. Get your mind right before you go into the gym. So when you go in there, you'll be psychologically and mentally set to do what you have to do for yourself and for your body. And then you can go from there. Then you can start making other aspirations outside of what you want to do yourself. Get in shape yourself, get psychologically strong, stay in a routine, find you the best support you can find. If you have to get your trainer, get a trainer that wants to let you do what you want to do for yourself, and then let you can learn from what he or she is teaching you so you can be on your own. That's the key. Do not depend on your trainer. Depend on yourself to be in shape and be fit for life. That's my tip this week. You can follow, you can catch me on Facebook, STL Junior Larry, or LRE Fitness Solutions, or Instagram, same thing, LRE Fitness Solutions, STL Junior Larry. We keep you moving.
Amen. You can follow me, Tim McGiffin, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those social media sites. But more importantly, please visit on the YouTube, The Queen Silver Show. If you type that in, you'll get the results of all 3 of the shows that I'm involved in, as well as replays of this particular show. And we'd love to have you watch our replays while you're there. Appreciate you subscribing. And for a quick thought, it's a little Chinese proverb, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Is don't believe you can get to your destination without ever getting into the boat.
Hey, I want to say happy birthday to my cousin Princess. Her birthday just passed.
Well, happy birthday to you.
My birthday is Friday, y'all. Friday,
Nobody cares. Nobody asks.
I ain't gonna
me
tell you
if
how
your
old I'm
birthday
gonna be.
was Friday.
Oh, you gonna just try to do me like The Rock? Who cares when your birthday
Nobody
is?
cares what you want. Anyhow, no. Hey, we all care. What are you going to be, 35, 36 maybe? 31? Oh, 38? Oh, my goodness. 30. 50? No way. Well, you look good for 50, so everybody should be listening to Larry's fitness tips. There we are.
Exactly.
100.
You got it. Yes.
Hey, man, until next week. Yeah, y'all take care and be smooth. All right? We'll holler at you, man.
All right.
Bye.